It's DallyBoy, yours truly, man. I'm just touching down with y'all, man. It's been a minute with the videos. I ain't intend for them to stop, for me to stop the content from coming, but I'm back at it, so some more videos gonna be coming. I got some content for y'all. Like I said, I hope everybody doing good out there, man. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, man, make sure you do. Make sure you hit them like buttons, man. Hit the share link, all that good stuff. A little more extended background on me, on DallyBoy, who DallyBoy is. So I'm gonna try to break it down like this here. Born and raised in St. Petersburg, Florida, in Southside St. Pete, the ghetto, of course. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I was going to school, I lived with my mom. I grew up with my mom, my two of my little brothers, and my sister, which is my oldest sister. Um, and my granddad. It was my granddad's house, but we all lived together in that one house. And then my stepdad when he came along. So we all were piled up in a 2-bedroom house. But as life goes, for the black man in America and for the youth, you know what I'm saying? It starts, at home. So I started sneaking out the windows and getting into trouble early, you know what I'm saying? But I went to school all the way up to maybe like the 10th grade, ninth grade I stopped really taking school serious. I remember I was in the 5th grade when I got my first suspension. You know what I'm saying? They suspended me for the last week of school. Then in the 6th grade I got suspended for the last week of school, and then the first week of the 7th grade they expelled me from school. I hadn't been in so much trouble. I hadn't started getting arrested, everything. So they expelled me. I ended up going to St. Petersburg Alternative, a school which was called St. Petersburg Alternative at the time. And I finished my 7th and 8th grade year at St. Petersburg Alternative with all the bad kids. So that's what that was. Then I ended up in high school. You know what I'm saying? Once I was in high school, I kind of got in this. Well, I was in sports already. I grew up in the sports, so I was playing little league football and everything. I tried to play junior varsity football in high school, but I was so little. They told me to go back and play little league. I felt like the little leaguers was out of my league, so I didn't even go back and play little league. You know what I'm saying? So I just sat out that whole year. Then 10th grade year, I went and tried out for the team. They had me made the cut. They had me at like second string running back, so I ain't never seen no playing time or nothing. So I was so athletic that I left football and went to run cross country. Yeah, I went and ran cross country. I ain't run regular track because my speed wasn't but I was a long distance runner, so you know how I go. But anyway, I mean, I just started getting in all kind of trouble. That's around the time I started sneaking out the window. Probably when I was about 13, I started sneaking out the window and just hanging out at night. Just going to wherever it was a hangout at, all the little hole in the wall clubs, all the juke joints that all the drunks and all the players and ballers and the hustlers would hang out at. I would go and, creep up in there if I could get in there. Most of the time, it'd just be outside. Me and a couple of my friends who they ain't have no problem with getting out the house. Their parents ain't care. But, I started getting in a lot of trouble. I was 14 in the ninth grade when I got arrested on school for having a gun. It wasn't a real gun. It was like a starter pistol I had. I don't know where I got it from to tell you the truth, but I put it on this dude in school and put it on this white boy in school, and he told the teacher, and the teacher called up there to the office, and the police, the school police, they came and got me, escorted me out. They found out it was a cap pistol, but they suspended me. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of set the trend for high school trouble. So I started getting in trouble all the time, spending all the time. Get home, of course, get a punishment, get a butt whooping from my mama and my stepdad. You know what I'm saying? I think so. That was what led me to running away. Matter of fact, by the time I turned 15, I had ran away. You know what I'm saying? I was tired of the butt whoopings. I was tired of the back and forth, really the disappointment with my mom. Because my mom was good. She was trying to, look out and do the best she could. But, me, I was out there. I was gone already, young and wild and crazy. and ambitious and curious. You know, I think my curiosity got the best of me at that age. That's what really had me out there. My curiosity. You know what I'm saying? I remember my first night out to sell dope. My first night out to sell rocks, crack cocaine had came out. This dude I went to school with, I ain't gonna put his name out there. I'm not really trying not to put no names out there. Me and him, we were kind of cool. You know, he had a moped in school. You know, he came from a little money. He would come pick me up. We would ride around on the moped, go hang out. And he would show me this wad of money one day in school, and I'm looking at the money like, what? And I'm like, where you get all that money from? I'm like, I know they got money. His family got money, but I'm just like, I know that his mom and dad ain't just give him that much money. So he told me about this place back then. It was called Mercy Hospital. So all the old schoolers in St. Pete, all the old hustlers know about Mercy off of 22nd. They done tore it down. It's actually St. Pete College now. Well, a branch of St. Pete College is over there in Johnny Ruth Clark, which is a doctor's office is over there. But that was Mercy Hospital, and it was closed down. So it was used to be a hospital probably before I was born. And then it became like apartment complex where people lived. Then it became something probably would have put you in the mind of Florida, like a New Jack City way before New Jack City though. But anyway, so he told me about what he was doing was he would hold rocks for people. He was like, yeah, I just hold their rocks and they pay me. So you know me, curiosity. There it is. I want to go see what the deal is, you know. So I got into it, you know what I'm saying? And then I remember one night, me and some of my partners back then, we had went and, these are my childhood friends. We went and, I lived on 20th Street, they lived on 19th Street. So, I say I ain't putting no names out there, but the Jenkins family, that's my family. That's like a family to me. That was like my first family outside of my family, and still to this day. That's my fam. They on 12th and 12th right now. But yeah, we went out. That's what happened. We went out. I snuck out the window. I had some rocks and stuff. I'm like, we going to go sell some rocks tonight. And we went up to the old Champagne Lounge. That's gone too, 22nd. And I called myself in to sell some rocks, man. And the dude, they act like he wanted to buy one of my rocks and took it. He took my rock. And everybody was scared of him. I was scared to death. You know what I'm saying? So just so happened one of my friends, their auntie was up there, and we told her what happened, and she was like, oh, no. She went to calling her brother, and her brother came, and when he came, she told him what happened, and then, like, I didn't know her brother was a killer. I had heard the stories, and, man, next thing you know, I had my money back. The dude was apologizing, and this dude was a dude everybody was scared. I'm not lying. Like, this is real talk, and I hate to put some names. I got to put some names with it just so people don't know I'm think I'm flossing. The dude, he dead now. God bless his soul. His name was Roman Duke out of John Paul. Big Roman Duke. Everybody knew Big Roman Duke, especially back in the day before Roman Duke started smoking. Roman Duke was like the Credible Hulk. He was built like that. Like he was the Luke Farino in St. Pete to us. And the dude who the older known as a killer was Big Charlie Jenkins. That's my homeboy Charlie. That's his dad. Charlie told him, hey, you took my nephew, what? And I mean, just like that and now I'm out witnessing all of this. This a young me. I probably was 14 at the time. Maybe. I probably was 13. I may have been 14. Just turning 14. So I'm witnessing all this and I'm taking note of everything. Like, somebody can put fear in Roman Duke, and then, you know, so I'm curious of this. So anyway, you know, fast forward from there, I ended up getting kicked out of high school, and my mom had to sign a contract saying I wouldn't do nothing. You know, I couldn't do nothing. I'm expelled, and I got expelled for being late to class. And the dude was a black teacher I never forget, and he was the track coach. He had the opportunity. He didn't even have to, he could have just, you know, scolded me, gave me whatever, you know, between me and him. He could have, or between his class, it was his class. He could have not sent me to the office, and I tried to explain to him that if I go, what they was going to do to me, because he didn't care. And then I used to be the class clown anyway, so that didn't make it no better. I used to crack on him and all kind of stuff. So I ended up getting expelled from Osceola High School. That's where I went to school, Osceola High School. I got expelled out that thing, man. And I knew what time it was when I got home, so I just hit it. I ain't even go home. I went to my auntie house, and my auntie was like, "You can stay here, you know that." But my mama, this my mama's sister, and my mom was like, "No, you need to come back home." So that battle went on for about 3 days, and then I won because I said I wasn't going back. And then when I said that, that was that. So my mama don't play. She was like, "Well, don't get your clothes." She ain't. So, and that was that. So me and mom had old shaky, rocky relationship for about 2 years. And then I don't even think it lasted that long. Might have been a year. And then we was back close before you know it, but I just wasn't living there no more. So, I was out in the streets rough early, so by the time I was 16, I had a bad coke habit. I was a bad coke habit and I was wilder than a motherfucker. And that's just how I'm gonna put it. Like, ask people who know me. Like, I was wild and I had a coke habit. I was putting it in my nose, putting it in joints, lacing, bunking, doing everything, and had a pistol anywhere I went. And I had a pistol at all times, and I didn't hesitate to use it. It didn't matter who it was. And that led to a lot of trouble. You know what I'm saying? That led to people not like that that's not even here no more that should be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was a mess. I was a mess for like, it seemed like it was a long time, but it wasn't even, probably like a year and a half, maybe 2 years. I was a mess. And then I started, once I made it to 18, I mean, it was like I was in and out of juvenile detention, man, in and out of the police station. My mama coming to get me. I got tired. I didn't even, once I left the house and went at the house, I wouldn't even call my mom no more. I started calling my dad to come get me. My dad didn't live with me, hadn't lived with us forever, and I loved him to death, but I mean, he wasn't no father in my life. So, but I would call him, and he came a couple of times, even took me to court once. I can remember, like, it wasn't much, but I can remember. So, I was gone. I was out there deep then, and it was like, seemed like it was a long, long damn time, but it wasn't. It was like a year and a half, maybe 2 years, and then I got 18. And once I got 18, they took me to the county for the first time. And I tried to avoid it by using my little brother name at the time. And man, like, it was whole shit. They went, at my mom to make her tell her who I was. It was just crazy. And then after that, it was like once I got a taste of that county jail and faded that for the first time, it was like a domino effect. After that, I was in and out the fucking county, man. And then, oh man, by the time, well, still I was 18, I went to prison. I went to prison when I was 18. I mean, I was into everything, B&Es, GTAs. Anything criminal at that time, I was in it, man. And always in the trouble. I was always in the fights, shooting. I mean, these people will tell you who know me, man. And I would shoot the club up. I shot one club up at 17 because they wouldn't let me in. I was in and the man kicked me out, but I don't even supposed to be in there. So I shot the club up acting a damn fool. Good thing nobody didn't get hurt or killed. I was crazy as hell, man. I ain't even gonna lie. But I always had a good heart. I always was a good person. I always looked out for a lot of people, a lot of family members. So, I always just, you couldn't mess with my family. But, I was just that. So I ended up in prison at 18, and then I came home. I was 19, and then I went back in at 19, and that was it. Them folks had done had enough, man. So I went back in at 19. I had 2 aggravated batteries with guns. I had a kidnapping. They dropped that. I had a GTA, Grand Theft Auto. Man, it was crazy, man. But hey, I had come from. I had like them last few years. I had been living in the streets. I had been sleeping in abandoned houses, sleeping in stolen cars. Me and my partner, man, B. Man, we used to sleep under people's house and wait till they go to work and then go off in there fix bruff. Man, we did a lot, man. I'm talking about it was crazy, man. When I first went in, I probably had about 5 or 6 B&E dealing in stolen properties. Man, it was ugly when I first went to prison. And then I caught like 2.5 years. But when I went back that second time when I was 19, I had lost trial. I lost 2 trials. So when I went, they gave me 22 years, and I weighed. I'm like, for sentencing, they gave me 22 years. The judge told me bring me back in 2 days. Bring me back in 2 days to make my sentencing official. What they did was gave me the time to consider over them 2 days. Did I want to waive my appeal? Because I had a direct appeal by going to trial. And they wanted, do you want to waive your appeal? So the waive my appeal would get me 12 years. If I waive my appeal, promise, like, say I don't want to fight the charges no more, I'll be able to, take the next steps. Give up my legal rights, basically. The judge said he'll give me 12 years. So I thought about that, man, and it was 12 or 22. So I waived my right to appeal, not knowing that they was railroading the hell out of me, not knowing what had even happened in my case, not knowing that there was some pretrial things that happened in my case that I didn't know about until after I got to prison. Shit, what happened was my cousins, I had 4 cousins coming to court to testify for me. And then the state had 3 witnesses testifying against me. And these 3 suckers was talking about they fear their life. I hadn't shot one on. Nigga was talking about they fear for their life. It was crazy, man. These suckers, man, jumped on me, but tried to. Started everything, man. Couldn't handle the heat. So they ran to the police, and I was already wanted for some other stuff. So anyway, but back to the matter at hand, the court system, this so-called legal system in America, man. What they did was they told my witnesses that I wasn't gonna have a trial that day and they can go home. And so it was 3 of them together went home, and one of them had caught the city bus up there with laryngitis, and so she didn't go home. So this cousin of mine, she got on the trial and testified for me. With laryngitis, they couldn't understand her. They trying. It was crazy. And then you got these 3 dudes over here acting like suckers, crying and whining about how they so in fear of me. That's what went down. So what I found out when I got to prison, when I finally reached out to my family, because I'm mad because they ain't showed up. I'm talking about, man, months. And I come to find out that the court, that my PD, my public defender, public pretender, had told them that I wasn't having court and that I wasn't having trial that day, they can go home. My witness is home. So I had 4 witnesses against day 3, saying that no, it couldn't have been him. It's impossible, And then this dude's over here with this, and then it was just, man, it was a crazy situation. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I ended up with that. So I ended up with the 12 years, man. So I went in prison at 19 and I came home at 26, man. You know what I'm saying? So all through prison, I was in there doing creative stuff, writing books and rapping and writing film. Just doing stuff like, using my creative mind and learning also, because I was woke up to a lot of knowledge. That's how I started studying history and studying psychology and really studying, African history. I was studying a lot of African history that was wrote here and that was wrote by, a lot of mainstream people. And then I got some of the secluded, some of the stuff that's not in the mainstream. And I started studying different religions because I got woke up to religion. Of course, I was a Christian. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm not part of any religion. But at this time, and I'm proud to say that, you know what I'm saying? And, of course, having learned all that I've learned. And then, man, from there, you know what I'm saying, I just, my mind was sky's the limit. I was a super smart inmate, you know what I'm saying. I wasn't no model inmate because I always was in trouble in there too. And then I stopped, though, because, I would listen to the older cats. They used to talk to me, man, and these people was trying to send me to the Rock at one time. I was at ACI, and they were trying to send me to the Rock for getting in little trouble, man. It wasn't no big shit, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, I made it home, made it out of there. But through the course, me and my dog had linked up in there. Me and my brother Osi, and we had formed our little group X-Con, and we had linked up with my dog, my brother JT. You know what I'm saying, out of Jacksonville, and we had them formed a little rap group, and then that's where the mind went. That's what we say. We're gonna be rappers. We're gonna make movies. We're gonna write books, and that was the script. And so we in prison doing all this stuff and rapping on the compound. We was just doing a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then what happened was we came home and we gave it a run. You know what I'm saying? Then some shit went south and things fell apart. And we dropped. Well, before that, we dropped our first album, which was Tears of Anger. You know what I'm saying? We were strict. We said cracker a lot. And, we expressed our anger on there. Shit we been through. Shit we watching our people go through. And we put that on wax. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people scared of it. You know what I'm saying? They were scared. So, that shit didn't take flight. But then some, we had side shit going on. And all us turned back to what we knew. You know what I'm saying? And then we ended up breaking up. Shit just was crazy, but it was still me and OC, so we dropped another X-Con album, 1020 Life. You know what I'm saying? We dropped that in 2000. And then, the Tears of Anger had came out in 1998. You know what I'm saying? So I had been doing this music thing for a while, and I had to end up going back to prison 2 more times on violations because I was on parole. So I had caught 2 violations, man, just for not even following the rules, and that's how they felt about me once I got there. I always fought them all the way up to the Supreme Court. I fought all the little violations all the way up to the Supreme Court, fought the first one with help, and then once I got to pass the appeal, I was on my own. And then the second time I went back with a little stank-ass violation, I fought that all the way up to the Supreme Court on my own. Of course, I lost both times. And then one time the appeal court, they made a ruling on my case without even giving an opinion. So, the court, the Supreme Court was like, they don't have nothing to see why, like they didn't have nothing to see, no evidence to see why the decision was made, so they ain't have nothing to go on. So it's just crazy how they got it set up, you know what I'm saying? But that had done took place, you know what I'm saying? And then I just got into, doing the music and created the DallyBoy. Well, I already was DallyBoy. I just created my little solo stuff because I was on my own. Because everybody was locked back up and shit was just crazy. JT was back in Jacksonville. You know what I'm saying? And then as I say, right here, I'm where I'm at right now. I'm a hustler. I work. You know what I'm saying? I'm always grinding, trying to find a way to get some, to get to the next level. And it ain't oh man, I love the youth. I mean, I love my folks. I know what we done been through, and I see what we still go through today. I know all the little tricks and trades they try to play. I love my teachers, man. Special shout out to Dr. Claude Anderson, man, man, he woke me up to so much stuff. I mean, I promise you, I started studying my own history in the 90s, and I mean, stuff he woke me up to I had never heard from people. And it's all legit and all there. And I'm like, man. But anyway, shout out to him. But yeah, I'm DallyBoy. I'm here. I'm the author. I mean, I do it all. You know what I'm saying? I got my own digital media company, Digital Bounce Media. Check me out online at digitalbouncemedia.com. You know what I'm saying? I do videography and photography and just my thing is film. I got a film coming, a short film. You know what I'm saying? I played in it. Matter of fact, I starred in it. But my thing is to just really do with the film what we set out to do in the beginning. That's X-Con with the music, and just return back to my roots. Because I came out here in these streets and fell off, man, because there wasn't nobody on what I was on, that intelligent shit. So I'm back on my roots. I'm older now, wiser now, still looking good, you know what I'm saying, on the verge of turning 50, still looking good, you know what I'm saying, take good care of myself and try to eat right most of the time. But, that's me, man. I just want to give y'all a little proper introduction. Y'all, I got more videos coming. This channel gonna be more more content filled. I got a lot of stuff I want to do. People I'm plugging in with, things I've been working on. Some venues me and my wife finally jumped on and got up and running. Some company things, and we working on our youth foundation right now. So man, stick with me, man. That means stick with me, man. I'm gonna have a lot of content coming. We're gonna try to help as many people as we can help, because that's what we about. So y'all be on the lookout for me. I'm DallyBoy, man, and Yeah, peace, man. Y'all know mine. Salute, man. Y'all have a good day. I gotta go cut the damn yard.